to the OK Tournament Podcast, a podcast. What? I don't know. I don't know what it's about. Last one we talked about sharks and Suzanne Summers. This one,
man, I don't know.
Who the shit knows?
Well,
Yeah, so
usually we're good for lately like 2 1-hour shows. That's about all I can give you.
Yeah.
Sometimes my wife wants to go out and hang out with me and shit. Tonight it was like,
sometimes I feel like I'm Mick and you're Rocky. I'm like, no, catch the chicken. You're like, I can't, Mick. It's a dick.
Sometimes it's like, kind of just get it over with and let's go to the casino and gamble.
But like
night.
right now,
do that.
if so, we've all been shit tired all week.
Yeah.
Tanya just worked all fucking day. She's probably going to go to bed. She's probably going to get up in the morning and run. So there's a kid in my bed right now sleeping. My kid, not like some fucking kid I bought off the fucking internet. So like, what else are we going to do? I'm probably going to go to my couch and watch something. And then you and I will text until fucking 2 a.m. anyways, when we could just be doing this. And it gets me a chance to see you because I like looking at you. So
yeah, that's part of my problem. And like tonight, it's like, all right. I was looking at the clock. I'm like, fuck, dude, it's only 11:15.
And we've gone till 4 a.m. one time.
Yeah, one night. I got screenshots from Kristen of you when you fucking left it running. You came back, you come back, you're like, and I'm like, dude, I have so many screenshots that she sent me that I fucking cannot wait to unleash on the
Those
world.
need to be on the next Vinny's live podcast poster.
No, those need to be made into a t-shirt. Don't worry about that.
Yes. Oh, dude, send it to me, and I can make it for our golf polos. So, anyways,
yeah, and I'm in the same boat right now. It's hot as fuck. It's actually started. It's 11:15. It's probably starting to cool off. There's no way Brady went to his bed tonight, so he's sleeping on the couch. Chris is probably in my recliner.
Yeah.
AC's cranking in the bedroom. Dogs are up
Hold on,
and
this
whatever.
is
I mean,
live,
yeah, that's great. I had Aubrey lock me down here in this room so the dogs don't blow the door open. Yeah. So that means when we're done in another 45 minutes or so,
sure,
I have to pound on the door to let somebody let me in. I guess I could sneak out the back door and use the hide key and walk. But if I walk in the front door, the dogs are going to fucking bark. Chris is going to shoot me with a shotgun. Maybe that's the best way right now. But I'm like, yeah, I said the same thing. I'm like, oh, you're like, we should do another one. I'm like, Chris, no. Fuck.
What else are we going to do?
One more.
You ain't got it tomorrow.
But you had a couple cool things that we went over before we jumped on after, sound check and all that shit.
Sure.
So I'm like, there's a couple things that, I wouldn't mind talking about. Or we can go on a fucking tangent like we have for the last 3 hours.
Fuck, you just sent me text messages about apparently our Facebook page doesn't allow swearing. I mean, I have us as like adults on everything, like not like porn, but like we can't.
No, but
we don't like censor anything. But like, so I sent you a text message earlier today about the ad that got disapproved that I was running.
Yeah.
Nothing in that ad was discriminatory.
I read that 3 times to make sure I didn't miss some sort of word or 2 words put together that created something that they might have with a space in it that might have flagged.
It was about a sale on flooring. That's it. Yeah.
But so when that post got flagged, I mean, and that was the thing is too, Kyle's about me being at, he's like, oh, so you weren't at the creek this weekend? It got flagged too.
Now I saw that go through our system, but if it's not showing up on comment, like that's where it's kind of weird. I think somewhere along the line, we got throttled way back. And as far as like when people are watching and commenting, because we used to have way more comments.
I told you about me getting shadow banned before. You're like, you're not that fucking important.
No.
So then I told somebody, I'm like, hey, go to my page and see what you see. Why is my shit not popping up in your feed? And they're like, it's not even there. Your post that you made's not there. I'm like, I got shadow banned because I was in so deep.
We've been better now. For about 6 months, we've been good.
And that's 100% fine. Yeah, yeah, he didn't
It's
say
creeper,
crick,
crick.
motherfucker. But Phil's comment was like, that's the thing too. He's like, in all the memorabilia groups and shit that I'm in,
Yeah.
a lot of them, if you swear in that, if you even talk, you're like, oh, whatever, fuckhead, talking to a friend, joking around, they'll flag that comment, and that group can get, like you said, throttled back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was kind of worried about that in my group and everything, but I was that's why I was wondering if on our page here that you have something, whatever.
No settings,
like,
no nothing.
We've obviously said and posted way more shit that should get us canceled.
Yeah,
than Phil asking a simple question.
Yeah, so Facebook for us is like the.
What up, Kristen?
Oh, hey,
we just talked about her.
I saw your message.
All good
I've been having a terrible week. Hi, I'm sorry I didn't message you back, but I'm sorry. But Facebook is like 2% of our listeners, and so it's why like go through all the shit and like try to deal with it. But like it's been fun to like advertise on different platforms, like advertising on TikTok and stuff like that. And we start to show up a lot. Like apparently your daughter saw us on TikTok, but
her friends because
but I restricted
it. Was
age-wise.
Walking through school, and one of the people she knows says, "Hey, is this your dad?" And showed it to her. And she just kind of put her head down. She's like, "Yep."
Yeah. So either way, it sucks that when people are commenting on our thing. So if it's a flagged or hidden comment, their friends won't see them commenting on it. So like it's called viral reach. The viral reach is to one thing, but the viral reach is to like it'll stop with the comment instead of like everyone else seeing like that this person is commenting on this one thing. So it sucks, but what are you gonna do? I mean,
so many times I see this stuff and I'm like unhide. And then I'm reading it. I'm like, that wasn't bad at all. What the fuck is going on? Facebook, why are you throttling this shit down?
Everyone does. It just sucks, man. It's just.
I mean, I just commented on one of my posts that showed my memories yesterday about the whole Black Lives Matter fucking when they did the riots.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, somebody's pouring gasoline on the fucking propane tanks at the store half a mile from my fucking house.
Right.
And then I went on Facebook and I was like, oh, this content has been removed, whatever. I'm like, why? Like, what's up, Facebook? Why did you remove this? What did I say that hurt somebody's feelings?
Facebook?
I did. I wrote that comment, right? It said Facebook.
It's like, wow, is that? I didn't know if you like just fucked up talking. I'm like,
no, I fucking called them that too. I'm like, well, flag this shit, ban me again. Like, it's so funny. Even Aubrey's like, you're still out on Facebook? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah, I know. She's like, oh, I'm so proud of you that you there's been like 8 months and you haven't been fucking banned.
We have X amount of days without an incident. We need to have that on the board behind us.
Yeah, it's a battle being me on social
media. Dude, and we say dumb shit. But here's the thing that's been, especially with like us bringing Jerry in almost full time, Ortez has been in a lot. Like a lot of the stuff we say is always for the goof.
Let's not really push the we. Okay, it's kind of.
We can't be 2 adults with 3 people.
It's kind of you.
Yeah, but we can't be 2 adults with 3
today.
People.
It was me. I was pushing it a little bit today.
Yeah, but like, oh, you mean like the bad content? But like,
so and that's when Ortez says, I'm coming over to say it, because we're all like, what was that word? You're like, I'm not saying it. Sherry's like, Jesus Christ. Ortez like, I'm on my way. I'm going to say it.
I should have been like, and just pull the plug.
Come on, motherfucker. I really wanted to just see Ortez show up. That's whack.
Yeah, I know. It's so fun when we have everyone together. And honestly, if I have enough for 6 mics. I got 6 mics and everything else will still work. And this table will be flipped and it'll be long ways. So we'll all be facing this way, but we can fit 6 people in the picture. Everything's built to add more people. And every time like I hang out with like a bigger group of people that are like, I need to do the podcast with you. I'm like, any fucking time you want, come on by. But then everyone gets really busy on fucking Fridays and shit like that. And that's fine. But it is kind of annoying that
don't
Go ahead.
get nervous because we mentioned podcast. There are 6 or 7 people watching this.
Yeah, the most we've had.
This isn't Rogan where we have 1.5 million followers. Okay,
Yeah.
Show up, drink, have a good time, contribute some laughter.
Yeah.
Or
do you want to be listened to in Germany by 19 people? Yeah, we got you. Yeah, but yeah, that shit's a little crazy. It sucks because a lot more people, even people that follow our page, would see that we're actually going live, but that's throttled the back big time too. So like our listeners, live listeners, have gone from like 10 and like 5 or whatever. It used to be sometimes in the 18. The most I think we have like 27 or something like that at the same time. But it's annoying because everyone that follows us doesn't see it, which is really frustrating. But today I was doing an ad for one of my people, and it was about a flooring ad, and it's kid proof, pet proof, and waterproof. And that's it. And it was on sale. There's no other terminology in there that could even get remotely flagged. And it was flagged for discriminatory practices.
And like I told you just before this, I'm like, I read it 3 times. I'm like, was there 2 words that got kind of lumped together that might have flagged this? And I looked at it, I read it 3 times. I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. And it usually takes 24 hours to go through an appeal. This one only took like 6, but it's still 6 fucking hours where you got to wait, So it just sucks. But
I won 2 battles out of 27 against Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, and this is funny too. So remember the time where I shared a photo of Hunter Biden's Halloween costume, like that fake photo? I have a conspiracy theory. I don't have my tinfoil hat anymore, but here's my conspiracy theory. That was right around the time. Thank you. You look like a Nazi that lost his helmet and found fucking tinfoil.
Lost.
Right around that time, it was leading up to midterm elections for local politicians, right? I actually think, and this is just me being a conspiracy theorist, I think that photo was built by a certain party and put out there so anyone that shared it would get flagged, because I couldn't mark it or anything because it was called
for 30 days.
For 30 days. It was called sexually explicit content on Instagram. If I were to have Instagram on this thing and we just randomly scrolled, you would see 3,000 camel toes and 80,000 boobs.
We showed each other pictures of this.
Yeah.
I mean, how are these girls just showing their clam with a see-through fucking whatever going on?
Hunter Biden in a boa and pretty whiteys is sexually explicit. Go fuck your mother. So that's the shit. I just wish shit was consistent. That's all.
And I think that's what we talked about. It's just make it consistent.
There's no consistency at all. That's hard for me to say when I'm drunk. Consistency. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's follow the judicial system. That was a Danny Carvey joke. There's 2 words you can't say. If you're sober, you still sound drunk. One of them is judicial system.
No.
The other one, liberal arts.
I cannot say liberal arts.
I've been
make another drink now.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll
take my headphones off, but I have.
You got reach those Dre beats. I'm starting to think that I could be convinced of the following things, which I don't want to believe. Number 1, I don't believe that shit's great. I'm starting to believe that we never went to the moon.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm starting to believe that there is this thing called the deep state that controls politics, both Republican and Democrat. And I'm also starting to think that there's an initiative to push shit so far that the recoil is going to get them further than if they did small steps. What I mean by that is this, right? So let's just go with the fucking okay. So let's go with this one. Okay. So here's the thing. I think there's an attention problem. People want attention. People feel left out. People feel marginalized. Back in the day, everyone wasn't on their phone. People were looking up. People were talking to people, saying what's up. People were meeting new people. Now you go to a bar, everyone's on their fucking phone. No one pays attention to anybody. So I'm sure a lot of people feel left out. But like, at what point are we going to get to a place where this person, even if this person is a gay person or whatever it is, right? Whatever they want to be, which we both support wholeheartedly. Why make swimsuits for people to tuck their dicks away? Why do that?
But that person is not tucking their dick away.
No,
that person looks like
that person's
possibly could be a female in 1977 with normal muff.
Huge,
but that's not a muff. That is cock and balls.
So, so I think that maybe the narrative is to push so far. So, when I wrote for a little publication, I knew that the editor would get it, and number one, make sure I didn't sound like a moron, because I am. But number two, I knew that they would take a lot of the humor out, and I knew that from the first article I wrote. So they took a lot of the humor out, which was fine. But then I found the game. And the game was this. If I'm going to...
The game is
time to play the game. So the game is this. If you want to get these 10 lines in your article, you got to write 20 other lines that are fucking hideous. And those are the sacrificial lambs. So I think we're at that point in our existence. So you push so fucking far that, because all you want is these ones in, you push this far, so the pullback, they're still winning. You still win. And I don't know what that win is. And maybe I'm an old guy. I don't care about grass. I don't have a lot of old guy tendencies. But maybe I'm just too old for this shit, Riggs. Maybe I just am. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. There's people that I love that support the fact that you can be a birthing person that looks like the Kardashians' brother and push out a baby. And maybe that baby's going to be totally fine. But I think the major problem isn't the transgender thing or the transphobia thing. I think everyone has an attention issue. I think it's a bunch of kids unfairly standing on top of the stool in the kitchen, screaming at the top of their lungs, and the parents are just doing this and just flipping through their phones, not paying attention. I really do think that that's it. I think it's an attention problem. It's the same thing as
we're well aware, attention wise, of what's happening. But Chris asked me the other day. She texted me. She's like, "Hey, do you want to walk in the Pride Parade on Sunday?" I says, "No."
And that's big for you to say that.
Exactly. And this is huge for me to say this. And a lot of this is because
we all know why I avoid Pride Parade.
Can you say that again in English?
No, I can't.
Okay. Yes.
Fucking hit it.
And that's the huge part. I will stand with my gay and lesbian brothers and sisters.
Sure.
All day. All day. I love you and I respect you, and it's the way you want to do.
Yeah.
That's fine. This trans movement has hurt your cause.
I just feel
just like when the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and they had the world paying attention.
Yeah.
And instead of using that as a positive, they turned it to a negative, and then nobody cared. They're like, why don't you care? Look what you did. Right now, look what you did. So we used to take Abo, and it just showed up in my Facebook memories, to the Pride Parade.
Yeah.
She wore a fucking rainbow tutu. We went downtown. We waved to our friends, and it was cool. Guess what you saw?
Some of my best times with you were hanging out in like the Allen Street area.
Yes.
It was just awesome.
We sat there and we watched my gay friends on floats in parades.
Yeah.
Waving their flags, throwing candy, having a good time. We saw some of the guys that wanted to dress in drag.
Yeah.
What it is now is the S&M bullshit where people are like fucking in a harness like a dog.
Yeah.
And they're half naked and all that shit. I don't need my daughter to see that side.
Yeah.
I played in the gay softball league for 15 years.
For sure.
I was what they call an ally and everything, and I still am.
The thick ends of the bats always smelled like shit, though.
Yeah, it was weird.
But
this whole when the LB,
it's been hijacked. That's the problem.
It has. Once it went to the fucking whole alphabet and all this shit, like I said, you want to be a chick, prove it, lop your dick off.
Yeah.
But they won't, and that's the thing is, well, I don't want to. Well, no. If you want to be taken seriously, do it.
I think,
and I'm done with this shit. It was funny. Somebody put up a post about the whole Bud Light thing.
Sure.
What it's costing, and Vinny's.
30
to 40 cases of Bud Light a week.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago, not one. They did not order one case of Bud Light because they just said, fuck, we're not drinking it.
And the fucked up part, the narrative is that the world is so bigoted that's why there's a protest. And that's not it. I think the world is saying, hey, you can be tolerant and not.
You froze. Your internet sucks. Wah, wah, wah. Dude, you froze up. I'm going to text you right now. Your internet stopped working. Starlink. Yes, Phil, though. We need to use Starlink. This dude's not very good at his job. He's got one job, which is literally no jobs. Oh, he gone. What do you mean come back on? I'm already on. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Apparently, we're still live. I don't know where Chris went. Oh,
hi.
Oh, hey.
I've been talking the whole time.
Nobody heard a fucking word you were saying.
Okay. Yeah. So, So I think the force feeding it and pushing it down the throats is where people are like, hey, this is a little fucked up. And that's fine. But at the same point,
that's the point. The force feeding.
Yeah. I want to,
and I saw it and I wish I would have fucking screenshot it, whatever. Somebody said something about your triggers are not my problem to tiptoe around.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 100% true. I don't give a fuck about your pronouns.
But that's a two-way street.
Now it's not. It's really not. They fucked all that shit up.
It should be like so.
No,
freedom of choice is an inherent right. Whether we believe that it's God given or not, it's an inherent choice, right? So
sure. Great.
But here's the problem. I get. To me, I think it's pandering when I go through and see on June 1st, all of the professional football teams kind of change their shit and whatever.
Yes.
The
comments are fucking great.
So one of the quotes I heard the other day, and I think I texted you about this, is like, nobody is going to do this. Target, Bud Light, or whatever, because they're all businesses. No one says we should do this regardless of losing profit. Nobody, no shareholders, no board members will ever fucking do that.
Yeah.
What's happening is that, and I think this is a marketing problem. Who hires marketers? Corporations do. Who goes into marketing? People that go to college. Who goes to college? People that get subjugated to certain philosophies. This is this wave of people that have lived a certain way, and maybe they feel that because they grew up in suburbia and they're white, and that's not me, and that's definitely not you. They feel that they've been given and afforded certain things. I get that, dude. If you want to start a fucking charter of a bus to tour the country of people that can't stand themselves, I'm in there too. I don't have white guilt. I have me guilt. So
Yeah.
So like my big problem is you have to adhere to the numbers. Now there's certainly a way to put out an advertising campaign, even partnering with Dylan Mulvaney if you want to, and saying, hey, it is June 1st. And there's a lot of people like me, if I'm Dylan Mulvaney, like me, that felt alone, that felt weird in their own skin.
A better way.
Yeah, all that shit. Right? And they could have done it so good.
Yes.
And help the people that we care about. Because, like, dude, we're friends with people that when they figured out that they were gay or trans or bi or whatever it is, that it was illegal.
Yeah.
It was illegal to be gay.
No,
and they fucked it all up.
They did. And again,
corporate America. And that sucks so fucking bad.
Everybody that has had the focus of the world on them to do so much good has found a way to fuck it up. The Black Lives Matter thing, they fucked that up so bad.
They are
so bad. The world was watching
the first,
and you
the 1 yard line.
Everything up. Oh yeah.
Not giving it to Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, yep, 100%.
This is
trans movement right now fucked that up.
Oh my god,
just as bad.
And imagine
you had the world ready to help you,
yeah,
and you fucking came out with that and went backwards. I mean, you saw fucking Adam's post the other day.
Yeah.
Oh well, Anheuser-Busch, nobody's buying Bud Light, but Modelo's a new top thing, and fucking Anheuser-Busch owns that. I'm like, dude. We understand that.
They also
it's the
lost
fact that nobody's buying Bud Light right now. Nobody's buying it.
They lost $15 billion. Whether
dude, I don't care if you lose 1 billion or 15 billion. That fucking hurts somebody
for sure
somewhere.
If Anheuser-Busch is still doing well, all the people that made the decisions to do what they did would still be employed, and they're not.
Yo, whoever greenlit that project, they decided that we're gonna put this Dylan person and we're gonna make this commercial. I mean, dude, I've said it 100 times. I miss my fucking calling for marketing for commercials and shit.
I agree.
Whoever greenlit that fucking commercial had to get fired immediately and blacklisted from the business forever.
They're gone. And honestly, it
was fucking awful.
It's not necessarily even, and this is probably our most pro-trans episode. You could
have helped yourself so much.
Oh my god, it could have helped so many people if they did it the right fucking way, but they didn't. And why is that? Okay, well, let's look at what happens when big things take control of small efforts, right? So if you're in a big city like Buffalo, and there's
a big city.
Well, whatever. If you're in a big city,
San Francisco.
Okay, I wouldn't even go there because San Francisco is their own problem. They're filling their potholes with human shit. But let's say you're driving down the street in Buffalo, right? Buffalo has a lot of tax dollars, a lot of statewide money coming into it, and all the streets are shit. All the inner city schools are shit. Every single one of them, shit. How are you going to tell me that a big municipality can control the small things? You can't. The trans movement has to be a ground-based movement that expands outward. It can't be this trying to fix that. It can't be, because all the people in charge are going to fuck it up. And they did. They fucked it up so fucking bad. So when we joke about that stuff, or when we talk about the fact that on whatever fucking magazine there's a pregnant birthing person that identifies as a man, it could have been done so much better and could have helped so many more fucking people, but they don't do that. They hijack it, which
that's the great fucking word right there.
It's been completely fucking hijacked. And I feel really bad for the people that we absolutely love. I text with one of my friends from North Carolina, usually monthly. It used to be like every week, but like I haven't seen this person in 4.5 years. But like, you know, one of the things that she was telling me about when she found out that she was gay, it was illegal to be gay where she lived, and that's fucking horrible, you know. I
made a comment the other day. I saw on Twitter that the senator or the governor of Alabama, you know, banned the trans athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I'm like, every fucking state needs that.
Yeah.
Listen, you want to identify as a girl like fucking Leah Thomas and all that shit? Guess what? Just like with the gays and just like the retardeds, you're getting your own games.
Sure.
You're getting your own games. You do not get
not
to
called
be
the retardeds game anymore, by the way.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You don't get to sit there and say, well, I can't quite win a medal as a man because I keep finishing second. I'm going to identify as a female.
Yeah.
Still keep my penis, swim as a female, and just destroy everybody.
Well, and now it's
win everything.
Now it's a mockery, right? Because like there's a guy that sat in on a woman's poker tournament that said he identifies as a woman, and he won.
Yeah. That was a joke. That happens every year.
But
and the thing is, usually those guys have to pay. It's $1,000 entry.
Yep.
For the woman, but if you're a dude, you have to pay 10 G's.
Sure.
So he bought in. Everybody just figured, you know, he should fucking don't. I've seen many guys, buy into that tournament and like bust in the second sure. round. And they just go in there. They fucking they basically
the women that are playing, and that's good.
They're basically just donating to the women's prize pool. Mm-hmm. They get in there and fuck around and whatever. And this dude ended up winning.
Yeah.
And he got a mad backlash over it.
But it's not to say that women are worse poker players.
No, they're so much better.
It is to say that it's for sure. I'm terrible, but it is to say that it's terrible that we've reached this place where somebody like that can do it as a goof and take away from what somebody else that is a woman that could do. And my only problem with the Dylan Mulvaney shit is that to me it's a blatant mockery of what a woman is,
and that's where women are pissed right now. And they have fought so much, so far for everything that they've gotten. I mean, we're talking back to voting rights, just and equal pay and all this bullshit and whatever. And now it has been made a mockery of.
Yeah.
And there's so many women right now. They're like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Dude, you said it numerous times. You're like, man, us men are winning again.
We're crushing.
You know? Yeah, we're crushing it. You can't beat us in anything. You know? Hey, guess what? You guys have the world record in swimming. I'm gonna die fine as a chick, and fucking Michael Phelps is just gonna destroy all your teens.
What the
fuck? How is this a thing?
So for example, let's say Tiger Woods falls off even further is for his golfing career. And I still think he's what, top 20. I don't know.
Dude, I would kill for an ounce of his fucking talent.
Sure, but
everybody's like, oh, the guy he shot a 75. You know what I would do to shoot a fucking 75?
I wish you would shoot a 50-year-old. No, but like, do you think, let's say his back goes out and because he's there.
He is. And it sucks to see this.
But he could completely at this point identify as a woman with all
damage,
with his complete tackle box.
Yeah.
and absolutely dominate. I think that's completely unfair to women. So
It
like
is, and
it's
they're
beca-
starting to realize this, and they're getting pissed.
it's
But
become fucking clown shoes, dude.
it is,
And
it
that
is.
sucks. That sucks. And it sucks for the people that are, let's say you think one of my favorite comedians is fuck, what the fuck is his name? God damn it. Eddie Izzard. Eddie Izzard, married to a chick. He is when he performs as a woman. It was just his thing. His comedy is brilliant. I don't care if you paint this dude fuck it, if we tar and feather the guy, he's still going to be funny looking like a bird. His comedy is fucking hilarious. But he's been a cross dresser and he calls himself a cross dresser. He doesn't call himself trans, but he that's just the way he feels great. It's become a fucking mockery now.
It is.
And that takes away from the people that we absolutely love when it could have been done so much better and so much more positive. And I think the overarching issue is that we have, for the first time in our history, these devices that are taking away the attention that other people want. If you look at any person that's been a performer or a comedian, most comedians grow up in a situation where the only way they get attention is by being funny.
Yeah.
Maybe they're dyslexic, maybe they're and they can't get good grades, but the teacher gives them a good 30 seconds up front in the beginning of class to be funny. And they earn the laugh and they know what that feels like. And that's their drug and they pursue it. There's no attention anymore to that. So I think the next mark of good comedians are like that comedian bone that you have inside of you that just gets implanted in you. And I'm not saying that I have it, but I think now those
Plenty
kids
of
are
bones inside of you, but not that one.
Yeah, it's been other guys' dicks in me. I think like badoom. Failed attempt. I think that it's an attention problem. I really do. And it's not to say that every person that identifies that way is just a person seeking attention, but I think a lot of people feel very fucking genuinely lost in this place.
Yeah.
And it's very unfair that now that whole movement has been fucking derailed and fucking hijacked by morons.
And Chris, I think that was the best word. Hijacked. Used it before and it played. I honestly think that is the word to say right now. And some of these people just don't understand it. I'm like, you realize what is happening to you right now.
And so I don't care if this happens. Okay. I don't care.
I want to be mad about this.
I do too.
I want to be, because it's Martha Stewart. But I also say this right now. In that moment, in that picture, she looks kind of hot.
But this is the first
time I want to slap myself for saying that. So I want to go to a dark place and go, why the fuck? But Martha Stewart looks very fucking good in that picture.
But dude, I tried to marry. This is what they do to people like us that try to find similarities in all the things that are happening, like in the whole movement that is bullshit. We think the trans movement isn't bullshit. It's the hijacked trans movement that is bullshit, right?
Correct.
So I try to make it all fucking make sense, right? I hated this so much when I first saw it. And then I was like, holy shit, this is the first time in a long time where a major publication has actually celebrated an actual woman for being a fucking woman. Now,
it's not Caitlyn Jenner,
so
it's Martha Stewart, and she's 90 years old.
I don't hate it.
I fucking do not want to enjoy the fact that she looks good, but she looks absolutely fucking amazing in that picture.
Is there better?
I don't give a fuck if it's photoshopped a little bit or not, or whatever.
And
congratulations, Martha Stewart. Your fucking name tells me you should be 92 years old. You look amazing in that fucking picture.
Yeah, her name is
fucking
Martha.
She's also kind of funny. I love all the shit she does with Snoop.
For sure.
I think that was fucking great.
But
I think it was a great collaboration.
What I think
which helped both of them.
What I think we should acknowledge is the fact that out of all the things that are happening right now, I can't tell you the last time where an age appropriate actual woman has been actually celebrated on the cover of fucking anything.
Yeah.
So like when I first put it up there, I was like, I'm going to put this up there. We're going to rant about how it should be this hot fucking Russian 18-year-old that's on a sandy
Paulina
beach.
Poroskova.
Yeah. She should have the cover.
So many loads.
I'll take that and say, finally, at least somebody is appreciating actual fucking women.
I might jack off over Martha Stewart on that fucking
Yeah.
cover. I might actually pull the trigger on that one.
Dude.
She looked really good, and I can't believe it is fucking midnight on June 3rd, and I just said that Martha Stewart looks hot, and I might jerk off to it.
Yeah, I think
those words should never have been uttered, ever.
I think finally. Like I wanted to hate it, just like you said. I wanted to fucking disagree with it. But when's the last time you saw an actual woman being celebrated like that?
We're talking an actual woman, like
a
woman,
birthed woman, or whatever. I don't know.
Birthed.
Yeah. She's learned. No, so
it's a house of learned doctors.
That's the shit that sucks, man. Yeah. It just sucks.
It's
so like we can like I just don't get it. I think it was done way poorly.
It was, like you said, they had the nation, the world in the palm of your hands, and here's the good thing to do, and you went fucking left.
So in the marketing world, when I hear, hey, I'm waiting to hear back from the board, I go, okay, so what you asked for, what you wanted, what I did, what I know it's going to work, is going to be motherfucked by people that don't know what the fuck.
By a literally fucking an HOA.
Yeah, that sucks. But that is every big corporation right now. I heard that Chick-fil-A is about to go woke. And I'm like, Chick-fil-A isn't open on fucking Sundays. Because of God. So like how like where's woke there? If you look at churches right now, I think that there are
I missed the boat. I should have opened a church years ago.
Well, I think there's people that have like faith in God and religion and all that stuff, and I'm insanely jealous of people that have faith in God and religion. I just don't.
Why?
I wish in the times when I was completely alone, other than my friends, I was alone. Okay. I think people that have absolute faith are never alone. And I think that that's a fucking awesome thing. I really do.
Okay. That's plausible.
And you've seen me at my absolute worst. And there was times when I was alone, you know? But so I love the fact that, you know, people that grow up like that and have it, even if they think that they're not in the right body and all that kind of stuff, that they have a place to go to. But whenever I see a church that used to not allow gay people in is now like they're rainbowing up, the fucking conspiracy guy in me goes, they're running out of money. You know what I mean? That's all it is. They need to keep the lights on. And how fair is that? So the same people that would have motherfucked you and thrown fucking acid on you in the fucking 80s and didn't give a fuck about you because everyone cared about God in the fucking 80s now are begging for you to come there, and now you're going to do it? Like, my insane fucking weird attitude about life is going, you shouldn't fucking do it. You shouldn't buy into it. Because everything's marketing, man. Everything.
It is.
And I really do think that everyone missed the mark completely. But maybe we're at this point where there's a massive readjustment. The people that are, for example, the people that are moderate right-leaning people right now were Democrats. The same philosophies were Democrats in 1993. It's the same. The same. Now it's not. And that's fine. But we're just moving in this weird area where it's like you see them running with shit that they shouldn't run with. I think, the best movements have always been grass movements, like grassroots type shit, guerrilla movement, guerrilla marketing.
Yeah,
And that's the stuff that really hit.
it has been, but you can't get people to think that way anymore. Right now, the critical thinking is out the window.
Oh yeah,
It's gone.
Because if you critically think about anything that's not status quo, you're the enemy.
The best part about this whole thing is like me and Adam. It's fun. It's fucking funny as hell. I give him some shit, whatnot. Oh, we have a mutual friend. He believes chemtrails are a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Hey, what are they pouring into the sky? What is it that they're trailing behind the jets, that the people on the ground are filling the tanks and all that shit? What is falling on us that's making it so bad? They have no answer. Or they send you a meme. Okay, cool. Same fucking people believe that the earth is flat.
Hold on. Wait. Again, tinfoil hat. I don't have mine. Have you ever heard of the term cloud seeding?
Yes. And I did hear about this back in the day. And I understood this. Hey, They did it to, when there's droughts, they tried to cloud seed to possibly make it rain.
Yeah.
So these fucking...
I don't know. I just don't know.
I'm skeptical of that whole thing. And I'm like, I'm kind of on the verge of whatever happened, whatever.
So cloud seeding is a weather modification technique that improves the cloud's ability to produce rain or snow by introducing tiny ice nuclei into certain types of sub-freezing clouds.
Yeah. Great.
I just don't know. So what's
and that's fine. But this chemtrail shit.
What's
out
the
of control.
difference?
There's a lot.
Okay.
So Adam, this fucking clown who is just pro chemtrail, Adam and I are like, well, the hat just fell off. Come on in, aliens.
Just like
and Adam posts this fucking Adam posts this fucking Twitter thread from a fucking Air Force pilot.
Yeah.
Who legit went on, and dude, this is an epic rant. I'd love to tag you. I gotta find it and tag you in this.
Yeah.
And it legit backs up everything about how airplanes work in different altitudes and how things work.
Sure.
And and it basically disputes that chemtrails don't happen. And again, in order for chemtrails to happen, not only do you just need pilots and co-pilots and flight attendants and the motherfuckers on the ground saying, oh, we got to put the fucking chemicals in this tank in the back of the airplane. None of that shit's fucking happening.
I get that.
It's not happening. And this fucking pilot breaks down how all this shit goes down at different heights.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, read this article and then get back to me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
All he did was post memes and flat earth bullshit and chemtrails are real. And Adam finally said, if you're not going to fucking read this article and see my half of the fucking point, he goes, I'm not buying into your bullshit.
Well, I think that's the beauty of you and I. And even though a lot of people, even people in my own family go well, you're only this one way. I'm really not.
I'm
a lot of people go well, I'm middle of the road. That's their argument. I'm the entire fucking road. I'm from fucking the right lane all the way to the left lane.
Yeah.
Now I can tell you that a lot of times I'm on this side of the lane, and then on some shit I'm over here. But it doesn't mean that I don't see the other part of the lane if it makes sense. It has to fucking make sense. Now, the chemtrail people have been saying for a long time, they've been explaining fucking condensation.
Trying to explain it.
Condensation happens on beer bottles, which we are both a fan of. But then one day I'm flipping through the fucking thing and I hear this lady going, oh no, cloud seeding is a way of weather manipulation.
I've heard that too.
It's hard for me to say. Weather manipulation. Nope. Weather manipulation. Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, so what's the difference between that and the fucking chemtrail fucking people? And honestly, I don't know the science behind it, but I never fucking knew, other than the people, tinfoil hats, that said, we're putting shit in clouds that affects the weather. Now, chemtrail people think that the government's poisoning people.
Well, yeah, those motherfuckers are walking around every day. And the best part about this is this dude is talking shit. And then the next day, he posts a picture of him and his kids and shit out on a boat. I'm like, why are you outside?
Well, hold on.
If all this shit's so bad for you, why are you outside?
Well, hold on. So,
but he didn't believe Corona.
But if
didn't want to wear a mask, but yeah, the airplanes are spewing shit down on you all day. You're not wearing a mask and you're not hiding from it. You're out in your boat. You're working outside.
But devil's advocate,
makes sense, motherfucker.
Devil's advocate would go, okay, so now that we know that there's a technology that the government and other people deployed to do that, right? Cloud seeding is a thing. It's a real thing, right?
And it's been a real thing for years.
For years. I had no fucking idea. I'm like, there's no way you can make rain. Like, rain's the fucking, it's this and it's evaporation. And we've all seen the charts. It goes to the ocean.
The whole concept of that's kind of cool.
It's awesome.
And I understand it. You're manipulating things in nature, and we can as a whole.
So then the next skeptical hippo moment goes, well, has the government ever poisoned people? Well, they have. There's
Agent Orange.
Dude, in the 60s, they would drop
acid.
They would drop airborne diseases in the subway to see how fast people would have to go to the hospitals. It's true.
Okay.
So like NYC subway.
All right, move on. Let's go. Land your plane, homie.
Airborne. Toxic. Yeah, there we go. Toxic event. There we go. It's called something.
Yeah.
Army. All right. So here we go. So let's say that chemtrails don't exist, and chemtrails don't exist because the government would never deploy a government solution.
They would never do bad things to us. Okay.
Right. But then the Army tested germ warfare on the New York City subway by smashing light bulbs full of bacteria.
I heard that.
In 1966. No, it's documented. It's actually
Dude, I just told you I heard about this.
I know.
That's all. Not disputing. I just said I heard about this.
So for some weird thing, I'm not going to say they got me. I'm just saying that for the first time in my fucking life, I'm anti-government, and everyone knows that about me.
Yeah, I mean,
but
back in the 80s, they were for us. They were trying to help the people. Things changed in the 90s, 2000. Now, if you're not anti-government, I don't know. You can't be rooting for the government at this point.
Well, so I put this post up on Facebook, like about the fucking trail mix shit. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I did.
Because I'm shadow banned.
Fucking raisins.
but one of the things I was going to put up, instead of the people that don't go left in the fucking don't go to the intersection and turn left, I was going to put, remember all the people, and I saw this more in North Carolina. Everyone that was very liberal, and we're friends with very liberal people. Everyone was very liberal. They would have the obey bumper sticker on there, like don't trust the government.
Yeah.
So one of the things I was going to say in that, and then I found out the obey thing was not about anti-government. It was just about a social experiment and whatever. So I didn't want to like latch onto that and then have somebody fucking wax poetic about how that's not what it was the intended purposes. But I was going to say, who's the bigger asshole? The people that had the obey bumper stickers fucking 7 years ago that immediately started to obey the government 3 years ago. Like to the fucking T.
Yeah.
Or people, the guy that was like, trail mix tastes amazing. Let's put way too many raisins in this.
More
Like-
raisins, motherfucker.
Yeah. But it originally was about that thing. Like you should always hold the government accountable, no matter fucking what. And dude, when I saw that clip about like, oh no, it's called cloud seeding. Oh, this is what we do. There was this lady talking like, Phildo, if we had a bumper sticker, it'd already be outdated because we rebrand every
motherfucker.
But no,
Love you though.
but that shit was that shit's pretty crazy. I'm close to them getting. I'm close.
So my problem with a lot of this shit is these conspiracy theorists, and
I was gonna have a good reply if we did have a black person here, but now it's just two white people. I can't say it.
I don't really give a fuck too much about conspiracy theorists because I'm like, yo, you guys were all in my grade. Well, you believed in all that shit. So apparently, according to them, all the other 8 planets, because Pluto is not a planet anymore,
Sure.
and any moon, they're all round.
Right.
Except for Earth. Earth's flat. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I want you to give me a map. So they take the globe,
Yep.
and they flatten it out, and they're like, all right, there's an ice shelf, and you can't fly past it.
Sure.
So I'm like, all right, let's just fucking why do we fly east to west?
Right.
Like going places.
Yeah.
Like say you're leaving California. Why are
Yeah.
What happens at some point when you get to the edge? Where does all the you're showing me this map? Where does the water go?
Right.
What does the other side of our planet look like?
Right.
They have fucking nothing.
Right.
Nothing. I'm like, so none of this holds fucking water.
Dude,
But it does. There's an ice shelf, and in 1942, this fucking pilot wasn't allowed to fly past here because of this. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I mean,
Honestly, why none of this make your arguments today don't make sense? The only place they make sense is in your fucking head.
I do believe in the sentiment that, or whatever the saying, that loose lips sink ships. So there's a certain point where if you're going to have a global conspiracy, right, somebody is going to walk out of there and be like, hey, it's fucked up.
Bullshit. Yeah.
So I saw so this is how bored I am all the time, right? Oh my cousin Brenda, we're gonna be in Buffalo around the same time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's gonna be here that same weekend, dude. You're
Nice.
here.
Nice. I can't wait to meet
You guys, no, you can't meet.
Okay, well, I'll say what's up. He'll have me in like a Pope bubble. I'll be like, hey, no, I listened to a full video of somebody trying to explain why pilots, when they're flying a certain way and they're declining in speed to land on the tarmac, that they don't adjust for the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
And so part of me is like, that's kind of weird. And then I go, okay, well, let's pretend that the middle of the Earth is the pinpoint and you have a tethered rope to the plane. No matter where you go on the plane, gravity is going to be pushing you with the curvature of the Earth. So my mathematical brain, which I'm extremely limited, said, okay, I can still believe that the Earth is round. And I took it only as that far. But there's some other shit, the chemtrail shit. Yeah, the government has poisoned its people. They have.
That's great, and I can buy into some of this stuff. And the thing is, here's what the conspiracy theory people is. This is my big problem with this.
Say it again.
Conspiracy people. This is the big thing. I can buy into some of your shit.
Say liberal
okay?
arts. Say it.
Huh?
Liberal arts.
Liberal arts.
Nope. Okay, go ahead.
I can buy into some of your conspiracy theories. I'm not buying into all of them. I'm not buying into all of them.
Right.
And that's the problem. They're like, you're either all the way in or you're all the way out. No, motherfuckers. There's certain things I can believe in. I can buy into some of your facts.
I believe in the fact.
I you know what? I can follow you with this. I agree with you on this.
Yeah.
But they're like, if you don't buy into every fucking one of them, then you're out. I'm
tough.
like, you can't say that.
That's tough. That's tough. And
again, let me show me the fucking flat Earth map. And then what I want to see, they're like, we've never been to the moon. That's great. Show me what the other side of the Earth looks like.
So hold on.
And they're quiet. And here's the other half of this whole fucking shit. This is part of the conspiracy theory that I don't believe in. They're like, the Earth is spinning at 17,000 miles an hour. Sure. So when somebody goes to the space station and they take a picture of the Earth, it's completely still. I also don't believe that we're spinning that fast. I don't believe that.
Well,
but apparently, if I don't believe in all your other bullshit, I can't believe in that. I'm like,
well, hold on. So
this makes sense.
One thing I saw the other day, and I'm sure you've seen this picture too, where it's like a picture from the moon of an astronaut, and then behind the astronaut is the Earth. Okay. And in this, it said something like, the only picture where everyone in the world is in the picture, or something like that, right? But then somebody did the math. When you look at the moon from Earth, the moon is this big. And the pictures,
I heard, yeah.
Dude, and you know, I'm the whole street. I don't know how the Earth looks smaller than the moon.
Optical from the moon, man. 100%. We've been through this.
Now, we all know that the moon seems bigger if you have an aspect ratio, right? So if you can judge it against the trees versus the moon high in the sky, the moon high in the sky is going to seem smaller than the moon on the horizon because you have something to judge it against. We all know that.
Well,
but some people know that. But like the moon never gets bigger. But some days the moon looks big as fuck. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think.
But everybody's like, "Whoa, Earth's spinning at 17,300 miles an hour." Okay, and everybody, the flat earthers, believe that we're in a dome, like the Truman Show. That's great, but how does Elon Musk's fucking satellites keep escaping the dome?
You know, like
how does that keep happening? And everybody's like, "Oh, we haven't been to the moon, but we've been to Mars, and look at this 4K resolution, and we can't see this yet." I'm like,
"Yeah." Have you ever seen
Jesus Christ? It's called evolution, motherfuckers. It happens.
Have you ever seen those in the sky, like all the Tesla satellites or whatever they are? Like we got home on Christmas Eve one time, and I saw in my rearview mirror. So like out by me, there's like 4 lights. If I walk outside, that's it. Right. So the stars are beach balls. So I'm getting the kids in the car, whatever. And I look up in the sky because I have a weird habit of looking in the sky, and I see.
Yeah, I remember this story.
I see fucking. That's a way different story.
So awesome.
You ever do Molly? Did you ever be on a boat? So I see a perfect straight line of like 9 dots.
Yep.
And I was like,
Jesus.
Here's the alien invasion. Here it is. And so I Google it, and it's
Starlink.
Starlink's fucking, and they're all in a row, and it's fucking really cool. But anyways, my whole thing about this whole thing, right? Let's not pretend that conspiracy theories don't exist. Wear a mask. If you're not vaccinated, you're going to be the detriment of everyone. Like we've in the last 3 years we've had the luxury to see, and finally the truth is coming out.
Call that a luxury?
Well, we have in the sense that in the past there wasn't fact checkers that actually worked for the people. So now we've seen that in the last 3 years, probably a high amount. I'd say 90% conservative of conspiracy theories have all been true. Right, the vaccines didn't work.
Oh.
The vaccines actually contributed to more people getting hurt than being healthy.
True.
Masks didn't work. It was never about public safety. It was more about public adherence.
Yeah, and Biden stole the election.
We all get that, right? And actually, YouTube just reduced its permissions on the challenging the 2020 election. So YouTube now says you can post videos that are about that.
And here, the best part about all this is everything that got suppressed. Everybody's talking about Elon Musk buying Twitter.
Mhm.
Musk paid $44 billion to buy Twitter.
Right.
All he wanted to do is show the public that all this shit got suppressed.
Yeah.
The fucking election was rigged. All this bullshit, the FBI and everybody says, hey, you cannot tell the public this is happening. And they exposed it all. And all of a sudden now they're like, oh, Twitter's only worth $7 billion. Elon Musk wasted his money. Elon Musk is like, I didn't. He goes, I showed the fucking world you guys got fucking duped. And if you're still have your fucking head in the stand and you still think Biden is the guy, you are a fucking moron.
Well, I mean,
end of story.
But this is kind of where we're at. I mean, and so again, like let's pretend that
chicken and white.
I know.
Oh.
But this is the shit that should scare everybody. And I think this is also the same shit that makes people feel real safe. So let's pretend, again, going back to the trans thing, let's pretend that it has a heart somewhere. And for some reason, everyone else fucked it up. Everybody else fucked it up. And maybe no one wants to be the person that goes, well, I kind of believe in it, but I kind of don't. But I think maybe we're in a spot where all the higher ups and all the people that have sponsors and donors and boards and all that stuff, they just don't want to be on the quote unquote the wrong side of history.
The wrong.
And I get that. Everybody still wants their job, but this scares me too.
Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about troubling, irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control.
I hate it here. Dude, you sent me that before.
Now, if you saw that in Russia against Ukraine, if you saw that in China against fucking whoever the fuck China's going to take over next, you'd be like, their government is so fucked that they allow that to happen.
Yeah.
But that is absolutely here. That's absolutely here.
I remember when that popped off. I saw it on Twitter. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like, you guys are fucking robots. You're reading the script. You're believing it. And that's the thing. It's like, at what point in today's age would you want to be a journalist? Why? Why? Why would you want to do this?
You know, you're a reporter. There's a difference.
No, you're not a reporter. You're not a reporter.
You're a journalist.
You are just a fucking head. You're a talking head at this point.
So, you're
not doing any work. You are not doing any factual bullshit. You are literally regurgitating the shit that you are told to do to get the American public to believe the bullshit that is going on.
What's that? Like
we are in a dangerous place right now.
For sure. And what's the biggest hot button word that's been popping up probably in the last 3 or 4 years is systemic, right?
Dude, I hate that word.
Yeah, but how is that not systemic? That is a system that is producing dialogue to make an outcome. Yeah. That is systemic in every
every fucking aspect of that word.
Yeah, and that scares me more than anything. We're friends with people that, I mean, we talked about earlier. We're friends with people that we would walk alongside of in gay pride stuff. I've been to drag shows, all that shit, 100%. Right? Support everyone. But if you don't tell me that there's a systemic problem in the way that fucking information is relayed down to the people, down to the fucking everyday people,
but
to further a narrative,
the problem there is so many of these people don't know that's happening.
Well, that's why I'm starting.
And it works, and that's why it works. Is because there's so many people that are just whatever, and they just go with that. You got to understand what the fuck is happening to us. I am absolutely disgusted that I have a 14-year-old and a 6-year-old that I got to bring up through this shit. My daughter is scared as fuck because Biden is president.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't know shit about fucking politics. She just knows he's an absolute buffoon. And it's just like, you got to know this. And she doesn't know my son's just whatever, but
I don't know that.
I hate the fact that I brought 2 kids into this fucking world that we are in right now, and there's no way out.
No, it's
how do you get out of this, Chris? How do you get out of this world?
No, I think that shit happens no matter what.
No, I don't think so. It is so far off the fucking rocker right now. There is no getting back on track. Yeah, there is none. There is none.
We talked about this before, but like I think I heard somebody say the first time that the news took a break before the weather forecast for commercial, was the day that they sold their fucking soul.
Yeah,
and I get pursuing money, but if you look at how who donates the most to the news, it's all pharmaceuticals. Who donates most to politicians? It's all pharmaceuticals.
Just sit back and look at who made all the money during COVID.
Yeah.
Just look.
Oh, if you ever seen the video of how long it took Pfizer to make like $6 billion or something like that. It took them like 30 years to make $6 billion, and they were making $1 billion of fucking like every 10 minutes or something like that, like during COVID. So like that shit scares me, man. So I'm starting to get on the side of fucking like when we were growing up, the term, and it's going to sound insensitive or whatever, but remember the term yellow journalism?
Yeah.
And yellow journalism was like, you know, the United States would report favorably on the death toll of Vietnamese people versus the death toll of American people.
Yeah.
And they would report favorably that, hey, we're winning the war, even though we weren't.
Same thing with the fucking Russian-Ukraine bullshit. Same thing.
Same thing. But gone into every facet in everything that we do. You know, the government now, the new government chart says Lucky Charms is healthier than steak. And, you know, I don't know what we're doing. I was at home yesterday, and Tanya took the kids up to a water park, and every picture she sent of the kids, it was my kids having fun, and every kid that was also in the photo was a fat piece of shit. Like there's an epidemic.
Did you've seen the pictures of the whole beach thing?
Yeah, from the 60s versus now.
The 60s or 70s or whatever versus now. I mean, we're all fat fucks.
Yeah.
Back then, I mean, the bathing suits and shit were garbage, but everybody was in shape. Now, 30, 40 years later, everybody's a fat piece of shit. Why? Because it's the norm. It's just whatever. Why should I better myself? I'm going to get something for being lazy and a piece of shit.
Have you seen the 1960s gym class video?
Is it the one from Porky's?
No, hold on.
Oh, different one.
I'm just saying, I'm starting to believe that we're all just fucking sheep, no matter who we are, what we do. Yeah. All right, so this is Youth Fitness from 1962. Let me pull this up for you. Youth Fitness 1962. Fred Savage is in here.
Really? My cousin Brendan would
High School has the well-nigh perfect answer to the president's call for physical fitness. Stan Laprati, physical education director at La Sierra High School, has developed a program that assures every student of physical excellence. Exercise on the grip swing puts muscles on the least athletic. Extension push-ups are among the toughest of the drills.
Jesus
As an
Christ.
incentive to excel, the color
Rip
of the
City.
shorts the boys
Dude,
wear
everybody's
is determined by
jacked.
their ratings
Half
on
our friends on
performance
Allen
charts.
Street would have
Some
donors right
requirements
now.
for top ratings are stricter than for Annapolis Please.
That dude, hold on, wait.
A lad
I
who has
don't even-
mastered the
I
pegboard
know
will
Phildo hates when I pause, but that dude he's bald as fuck. Hold on, look at this. Oh no,
Don't matter. He's fucking an Adonis.
ratings are stricter than
Shizzle.
for
Look at that
Annapolis Please.
fucking dude.
A lad who has mastered the pegboard will find a military obstacle course a snap. 200 schools across the country have adopted La Sierra's program of 15-minute daily competitive exercise.
Holy fuck! I couldn't do one of those.
no.
On a hot day, they wet down the
Oh, yeah.
wrestling mats for
That would be
sledging.
fun to do.
The
I
boys
could do
of La
that.
Sierra are learning that it's not only good sense to get toughened up, it's fun.
Now, could that have been the government preparing for the Vietnam War? Possibly. However, when the next war happens, all I'm saying is I'm too old to fight. You're too old to fight.
Yeah.
And most of the kids coming up now all have blue hair and look like fucking.
They wouldn't know what to do. They would just scream like little cunts.
I don't like the loud nice ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all fucked. But I will say this has been our most pro-trans episode, even though I didn't plan for it to go this way. But yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, we're way past what you said, so we can get out of here.
Yeah, I got 2 more minutes and whatever. But yeah, it's a clusterfuck where we're at right now, and it's a sad place.
But I think what we're seeing that's encouraging it all is that when you go way far beyond the pack, there are financial issues that happen, and that's not the only thing I hate is that they tie it to bigotry and all this other shit. It's not. It's you can be tolerant and still absolutely you can be tolerant in your house and surrounded by people that you don't like because of who they are, what religion they are, what color they are, whatever it is. But you're not going to go burn their houses down. That's actually the definition of tolerance.
Yeah.
Intolerant.
Deal with what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Intolerant is burning their houses down. I think we should be happy that there's tolerance and be happy that there's acceptance in a lot of other places, but acceptance comes in small pockets. That's all there is.
And that's the thing is people need to know that. It's you just can't have it your way. You just can't. And I saw and I wish I would have fucking screenshot this shit. Something about somebody said your trigger is not my reason to tiptoe around saying what I want to say.
Yeah.
Which is basically 100% true. You guess what? You feel shit about yourself and your trigger word is tree. Like I should be able to say that word as much as I want to. That's not my problem. It's your problem. You need to be in charge of your own fucking triggers. And there's just way too much of that today where everybody is way too into their fucking feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I cannot fucking tiptoe around you in your feelings. I can't. And I'm not going to. And guess what? If I say something and you're like, well, that's my trigger word. Guess what? I honestly really don't fucking care. You need to handle your shit.
And
Stop being a pussy. Stop feeling like the world owes you something. And own your shit and deal with it.
I get the other side too, saying, well, we're going to go out into the streets and saying, well, we don't care if you're offended. I get that too. But it's got to be a two-way street. It has to be.
It has to be. In right now, it's not.
Yeah.
They want it their way, and that's the only way. And that's, again, where I said
well, it's not
trans movement fucked everything up and lost every bit of support they had.
Could have been so
just
much
like the Black Lives Matter thing did
Yep.
when they fucking started rioting.
Yep.
They had the world in their hands. Chill out. Let us join you in help your cause. And they didn't. They went the other way with it.
But
So
it
it was
really is
fucking
that
crazy.
case of people come
Yeah.
up and they say, "Oh, I was offended by that joke." And, my first reaction is, I don't care.
So this is
That boy Ricky, same thing. I
And
don't
this is
care. I
Ron
don't care.
Bennington, who's one of the greatest interviews of all time.
Right, well, that doesn't mean anything. You're telling me how you feel. What I want to say why. Why, and I'll explain to them. I'm willing to explain to them why the joke isn't offensive. I'm not one of those people that think I'm going to say what I want, I'm going to be as offensive, and then go fuck you as a joke. I'm willing to explain why it's not offensive. That often offence comes when people mistake the subject of a joke with the actual target, and they're not necessarily the same. Particularly if you deal in taboo subjects, which I do, because I want to go there, because I want to take the audience by the hand and take them through a scary forest. Do you know what I mean? I like the discomfort of expressing.
This is going to be our new intro, by the way.
Please let it be.
And talking about really uncomfortable things, because that's what most people worry about. If you're in a safe world where your firstborn isn't dying of dysentery and you're not being shot at, the worst thing that happens is something embarrassing happens to you, or you say a stupid thing or bad service. So that's why I deal with those things, because everyone understands it.
I love that.
Dude, just nailed it.
Yeah.
Stop being a pussy.
All of my friendships are based on the fact that at any given time, my friend that's sitting next to me can cut me down harder than I could ever cut myself down. And I'm my harshest critic. So like,
say that again.
Oh, sorry. I'm my harshest critic. Nice.
I know, I love that part though.
But yeah, so I think that's been the problem too. I think people have been allowed to operate without with complete autonomy, without any ridicule, and I think we should all be checked a little bit. Life isn't.
Didn't Tyson say it best? You guys got way too comfortable saying shit online without getting punched in the fucking mouth.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. That's going to also be part of our intro. All right, we'll get out of here.
Yeah, I need to.
Well, hey, good third show.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Toodles.
It's not too wrong fucking show.
Now look at the banner. Look at the banner.
Retarded.
All right, we'll get out of here. Hey, everyone, keep fucking that chicken. We'll be back next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get
the two black guys.
Two black guys in. Yeah.
One black guy tonight was on point.
He was on fire. So, all right,
Sure,
we'll get out of
he
here.
killed.
I'll talk to you
He
tomorrow.
killed.
Take care of yourself.
No.